All right, we'll get going. So a little bit of background of season 4 and where you guys are at. Now, believe it or not, you're not in the Sword Coast. Can you believe that?
Are
Wow.
you serious, dude? Oh my god! I need to talk
Yeah.
to my travel agent. How do I get back to the Sword Coast?
All right, I know.
Oh my.
So we're going to be playing in the area of the Moonsea, and the Moonsea is pretty much east, pretty much northeast of the Sword Coast, and there are a couple of towns around the Moonsea. There is Flan, there's Melvant, and then there's Mulemaster, which is on the southern coast of the Moonsea, and on the northern coast is pretty much where Flan and Melvant are. Now, the first couple of seasons was an emphasis on Flan. Well, a lot has happened in Flan. There has been a so-called main virulence, which is basically where a green dragon named Vorgan Sharix has taken over Flan and the surrounding farmsteads and whatnot, probably with its kobold minions and whatnot. So, Flan is pretty much off limits now to where we're at now in Season 4. And the 5 factions, which you guys know the 5 factions as the Order of the Gauntlet, the Emerald Enclave, the Harpers, Zentrum, so forth and so forth. They're all starting to begin and plan to drive this green dragon, Vorgan Sharix, from Flan. And it's taking a lot of resources, it's taken a lot of time, it's been slow, and there's been a lot of different sentries or spies that have been sent throughout various locations around Flan, basically, waiting for any kind of movement if this green dragon and its minions are going to, extend their control of land past Flan. So far, they haven't done it, which is a good thing. So the factions are happy about that. So about this plan, they are starting to, they're putting a lot of effort into this retake of Flan. And there's and while this is happening, there's a lot of as you guys are heading towards the crossing in. Basically the crossing in is between Flan, and I'll give you guys a map real quick. Here's the area. This is the northern area of the Moonsea, and you can see Flan is on the left-hand side here. Melvant is here to the east.
Can you hold up just a minute because the map is still loading for me.
Yes, it's still loading for me too.
Sure, no problem, guys. Let me know when your 2800 baud modems are ready to go.
I know, right?
Okay, so I assume everybody else besides me and Tier has a map. Okay, it's
All right,
loaded.
there
now.
we go.
See, yeah, nobody else spoke up, Dave. That's the problem.
Really? I guess it is a pretty big map, so we'll just go with that, shall we? Okay, so you guys can see Flan is on the western portion of the Moonsea, and Melvant is on the eastern side of the Moonsea. And right in about the middle, you guys are told to go to from all of your factions. And if you do not belong to a faction, then you have met up with everyone along the way, and you're heading to the Crossings Inn. And this is where you are supposed to try to gather any kind of intelligence or anything like that. So it is along the Flan path, and like I said, it's between Flan and Melvant. And since arriving here, since you are on your way, you've noticed that a lot of strange things are amiss. The animals not acting the way that they usually would. You kind of thought you might have seen a skeletal dragon flying way off in the distance. You weren't too sure about that. Even the elves with their keen eyes, they weren't really able to distinctively tell if that was... You definitely knew it was a dragon, but you didn't know what type of dragon it is. But it kind of resembled like a skeletal dragon. So okay, you guys anything you guys want to introduce yourselves as you're kind of traveling to the crossings? How did you guys meet? What organizations do you guys belong to? Yada yada yada.
Okay.
As you guys are traveling on the Flan Road,
Well,
the Flan Path.
My name is Arian Alistane, and I am an Elven Ranger. I was sent here by the Enclave to be their representative to investigate and see what's going on in this area.
All right.
Okay. My name is Crom. I spent most of my life in the fighting pits, but now I've gained my freedom and I'm out looking for my lady love. But the Zentarum has tasked me with exploring this area here and bringing back intel, so I decided to, pull my part. If there's money and coin involved, I'm down with it.
Uh-oh. He's brought the ladies into this character.
I'm Keelat Amakir. I'm awoke and I'm placed here by the Tavern to get some intelligence. But I'm more like the sneaky bastard way of getting intelligence.
So you're Zentarum too, buddy. We're gonna be good friends, I think.
I am Dragonbait. I'm playing Malachi Humplepump. Comes from a long line of proud Humplepumps. And he spent most of his time in the temple, so he hasn't had a lot of outside experience. And the Emerald Enclave has sent him to this area because they told him that there was some opportunity to do some good around this area.
Old Humplepump.
And Humplepump.
Big Daddy Humplepump's gonna pump you up.
Oh goodness.
Right, Deviator?
Yes, I am playing B, a dwarf, formerly of the dwarven military. Retired to start a family. Unfortunately, that did not work out. So, left home, and now I'm working for the Lord's Alliance, doing bouncer, bodyguard work, that type of deal, and gathering intelligence.
Another bouncer bodyguard from Miss Scarlet. I like it. All right. So you guys, all of your instructions were clear. You guys are supposed to travel to the Crossing Inn, located just a little whiles east of Flan. And you're supposed to have a proverbial ear to the ground and to keep an ear open for your organizations. And, with plans to liberate Flan underway, vigilance is of the utmost importance. And not surprisingly, strange rumors from the areas around Flan have the faction leaders nervous. So that's why you guys are being sent out here. So the trip to the Crossing Inn was rather uneventful, but disconcerting, as my neighbor is firing up the airboat to get it out of the retainment pond in his backyard.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you might be a redneck when you want to have a party and throw an airboat down into the 40 by 40 foot pond in your backyard. Never mind. Anyways, the air around the area is unseasonably cold. Even as the height of winter approaches and a strange unrelenting fog is enveloping the area. So, all of the travelers that you've crossed along the path of Flan has also kind of been on edge. So scavenging creatures have been seen in unusual numbers, roaming the edges of the woods, not attacking you, but it just seems like this part of the world is seemingly darker. So as you guys get to the warmth of the Crossings Inn, you enter the octagonal common room, and it just engulfs you as you enter. And instead of warm smiles greeting you, the barkeep and patrons offer suspicious glares, unusual for this inn because it's usually known as a pretty friendly inn.
He thinks something must be going on as I go in and move to a table to get us a table and keep a watchful eye out, but try to remain open and not judgmental yet.
Yeah, I come and flop down beside Arian. Just prop my maul up against the wall there and look around, huh? Not very promising there, Arian.
I get a really strange vibe from this place, but I follow them and sit in the same table as well.
Yeah, and you guys aren't even being really attended to. I mean, there's no barkeep comes up to you and welcomes you to the Crossing Inn, nothing like that. You just sit down and you're kind of
serving wenches.
Yeah, you're kind of just like rattling your fingers, tapping your fingers on the table, because like I was saying, most of the patrons are all congregated in the corner of the Crossing Inn, and it seems like they're all crowded around a large table, and all of these people over in that corner are all speaking at once. It's pretty loud. It seems like the voices are teeming with anger, with concern, and among the jumbled words you hear some of the words clearly, like you filthy gur, you cursed nomads, and you larcenous and murderous nomads, and gur and stuff like that.
Are they looking towards us when they say this, or they seem to be with their backs to us?
They're all with their backs towards you all, because they were really not paying you any attention at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna scoot out from around the table like I gotta go see what's going on. And I'm gonna ease my way over to this group to try to ease over there to see what's going on, who they're talking to.
Sure. Just as you stand up and you start to head over there towards the corner to the room there, Arian, basically the owner of the tavern, he introduces himself as Rams and Call. He breaks away from this large group of complaining patrons, and he greets you, and he's mumbling as look what you guys are making me forget about the other paying patrons that are coming into my establishment. He goes, what can I do for you? What can I do you for? You can tell he kind of puts a forced smile on, and he's kind of running his hands over his scarred bald head, and he's asking you if you need any food, any drinks, need any bed. We have a common room you can rent if that's what you're seeking.
I'm looking towards the group over there. I'm like, do you have trouble, friend?
A couple of ales would be nice, Arian.
Coming right up.
Table.
All right, so he goes and quickly gets some pints of ale, slams them down on the table, and
thank you, friend. Walking here was thirsty work. It seems like you would have a serving wench or two to attend to this type of
well, I've had several of my employees kind of take the day off. They're actually too scared to travel along the paths. They think they think there's a lot of strange things happening out here. There's a lot of mist. The weather is unusually cold for this time of year, and it just seems things are just strange lately. Especially for a couple of 10 days ago, the animals are acting in an uneasy manner. This cursed fog, and worse yet, there was a family of gur that set up camp in an area just, I'd say, about 8 days ago. And, they were, the gur, they're nomads, and they set up camp, and it seems like ever since they've been in the area, things have been going down ever since.
Pardon my ignorance. What in the world is a gur, friend?
You can go ahead and give me an intelligence history check. Crom.
Yeah, I have no kind of skills in that. So
I was about to ask you, what do I know what a gur is?
If you have intelligence history, give me a check. If you are not specialized in history, you can give me an intelligence check with disadvantage.
Yeah. Crom is not known for his mental prowess.
Intelligence check with disadvantage. Okay, so Wait a moment. I think I got this. Hold on.
Clutch, Arian. You remember who the Gur are, Arian. You know of them as a nomadic lifestyle type of people. They are human. They are, the race of them are human. And, sometimes they are considered gypsies and whatnot. Now, Ramzan, he explains that this family of Gur were acting well behaved, and were actually becoming rather liked in the area of town crossing, of the crossing inn. They were providing some entertainment and stories here, not only at the tavern but to the locals as well. They were doing some card games, performing some songs and whatnot. And the eldest Gur, they call him Papa. He was even mixing up concoctions to help out any of the Patreons that had a headache from a long day's work out in the sun.
Oh, these girls sound like good people, friend.
We thought they were, but things unfortunately have turned around rather quickly in the last 24 hours, and apparently they have proved to be treacherous, as their past reputations have suggested, unfortunately.
Hold, good friend, hold. Do you have any definitive proof that these Gur are the source of the troubles, or are just people just reacting badly to the circumstances? Because there are many strange things going on in the world, and it can't all be caused by the Gur.
Oh, well, I'm sure it's the Gur around here. We've all kind of came to the same conclusion. My friend,
when you said the animals were acting strange, what did you mean by that?
They were just, they were like teething. They were on the verge of attacking, although they wouldn't attack. They just stand at the edge of the wood lines and just stare and look vicious. And that's actually why my employees are not coming to work.
Interesting.
Well, thank you. Should we go pay these Gur a visit to see what the trouble is?
Well, we've got there's one of the younger named Hariku. He supposedly drugged one of the female elf mages around here and stole her wand.
Oh
And
my God!
Of course he was the last one seen.
Back up. You said female elf, right? Okay, all right. We need to go take care of this problem immediately, fellows.
Where the hell are you going from?
She needs her wand back, or a suitable replacement.
Or at least we can if we
There's
can't find the one, we can prove this innocence of this Gur.
Yeah, he's just a young lad. This youngest, he's the youngest of all of the Gur. I think he's 12 years old. His name is Raikou, and he befriended a mage staying here at the inn, and Aya was her name, Aya. She woke up yesterday morning with little memory of the night before, almost as if she was cursed or drugged, and then found that the wand of fire was missing.
Where is this Aya at now, friend?
Probably in a room.
Oh, okay. All right. Could you point me in that direction? I must tend to the fair Maya.
See those stairs? Right up there.
Okay.
First door on the left. Who are you, by the way? Why are you asking so many questions?
The name is Crum, a traveling performer.
You're
I've come here just to check
traveling
out things.
performer.
I heard this inn was a booming place where one could make a name for themselves, but it comes to find out this is a dire situation you find yourself in, and I
Yes,
hate
this
to see it
is-
stay this way.
This is a real fancy joint here, as you can see.
Is it
He
fancy?
just kind of rolls his eyes. This is
Right.
the best in all of Faerun, my
I
friend.
thought it was a 3-star rating at least. Okay, alright, so yeah. Alright, yeah.
Well,
That's
good
me,
friend.
Crum.
Good friend, my name is Arian, and I am here I'm a traveling adventurer. Who
Are you a
seeks to help
performer as well?
those-
What do you do? What
No.
do you do, Crom?
I am not a performer, but I don't know what Crom does.
Well,
Oh.
I spent my youth in the fighting pits, but nowadays I just put on a show with my maul. I bash things on stage, bricks, heads, whatever the audience is willing to offer.
Are you the guy that smashes the watermelons on stage? I've heard about that guy. He
Exactly.
performs in Waterdeep.
So my fame has spread even this far. That is good to know.
Oh, wow.
I must attend to the elven lady. Maybe she needs something smashed. All right, I will go find her.
Oh my God.
I'm sure she's probably going to want that young
Arian,
girl's
I've got
head
this, Arian.
smashed.
I don't need any help with attending to the maid.
And I'm sorry, is he really that performer from Waterdeep? Do you think you could get him to sign something for one of my children? My children absolutely loves reading the little Copper Pence magazine about that guy back in Waterdeep.
Is he asking me?
He's asking you, Arian. Yeah. Do you think you could?
Unfortunately, I've never caught the show, so I would not know myself personally.
Well, I know a lot of people like to say things that they really aren't, but I just didn't know if you had actually really had the scoop on this guy. I mean, we don't get a whole lot of travelers through here, so I figured it would have made my son's day to have his
As I'm walking
scribble,
up the stairs,
to have his
Dave,
mark.
I'm overhearing like snippets of this conversation. I'm like, I got like a huge grin on my face. So Crom's name has even reached this far desolate plain. As I walk upstairs.
Caliph B, what are you guys doing?
Having that ale and mumbling
Alright.
to myself that his son needs better role models.
Malachi, what about you?
I give Romson a quick blessing from soon as I take my ale from him. Go sit back down with my companions.
All right. So, Crom, you're heading up. Keyleth, are you doing anything? Just sharpening your daggers, getting ready for the fight later.
I'm having I'm talking to the group, but I'm
I love
also
it.
keeping an eye on that large group that's back together with the arguments. I have split attention because I want to know if I can find maybe some intelligence there about what is going on exactly. So I'm trying to listen into that.
Yeah, they're just mentioning a bunch of things as if they're basically just their reputation is of the Gur as they were gypsies and troublemakers back in the day, and basically they were befriending everyone for the last 8 to 10 days, and now they're basically, as their reputation suggested, they're hoodlums and gypsies and thieves and whatnot. So you hear them talking about the elf mage, her soul and wand. There's also something about some gems missing from a merchant. Also a stolen load of weapons from a wagon. And then there's also something about some curse that's running rampant. But it seems like most everyone is talking about the stolen wand from the mage that is staying here at the Crossings Inn.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm upstairs. I've got my nose in the air. I'm smelling around. I'm looking for the female pheromones that I'm so used to, Dave. Any indication of where this door is? Do I smell perfume or anything?
You do not. You do not smell any kind of perfume.
I
or
proceed
anything
just
like that.
banging on every random door then.
Yeah, he told you that she was staying at the first door on the left.
Oh,
up
okay.
top,
All right,
so.
yeah. All right, yeah. I go to the first door.
So are you're the only one that went up there, right?
I figured the paladin
think so.
Two shoes would tag along, but I'm kind of glad he did.
I didn't hear anyone else say they were going to. Arian, were you going up with Crom?
No, Arian was going over to this group to try
Yeah.
to
Okay.
see if he could at least get the Gur away from them and talk to the Gur.
All right. So yeah, before I
There's
knock
no
down-
gur there. There's no
I
gur
see.
there. It's just a large congregation of the people that live in the surrounding areas. Basically.
Oh,
what it
I
is,
thought
yeah.
they were talking about. I thought they were.
They're
over there,
talking
like,
about
had
the gur. Yes.
cornered.
They're talking about the gur. Yes.
I see
Yes.
it's just me then. Okay. So
Yes.
before I knock on the door, I like crack my knuckles. I'm like, yeah, all right, it's time. I get out the scented oil and rub up my biceps and stuff, and then I knock on the door.
I don't see any scented oil on your character sheet. I'm going to be honest.
I couldn't find it in the equipment. That's standard equipment for Gladiator.
So you knock on the door, and a beautiful female answers the door,
Ding.
and she, oh my God, what is that smell? That is
Don't be overwhelmed by my lady.
Oh, I'm not. I'm almost willing. I'm almost ready to throw up. This is hideous. What in the hell is that smell?
I've been on the road a long time, lady. You forgive me. I haven't had a chance to take a bath yet.
I was waiting for you to say that is the smell of desire, my lady.
She looks visibly nauseated.
Oh yeah, she definitely seems nauseated. That's for sure.
Lady, are you the elf that has lost a wand? I have come in response to distress. I am Crom.
It's about time. Come in. Come in.
No?
My name is Aya. Okay, go ahead and come in. Have a seat.
Well met, fair Aya.
Yes, I woke up yesterday morning. Oh, and I felt like I was something was smashed upon my skull. I have little memory of the night before. And then, as I go to start, doing my arcanic deeds for the day, I go to find my implements, and my wand is absolutely missing. My fire wand is missing.
That is a terrible tale, lady. May I inspect your wound? Does it still hurt?
Oh, it's fine. It's just a little bump. I've had plenty of cold compresses on it, and I feel fine. Thank you.
Right. Do watch your health, lady.
Please,
We can't have the
smell
fair Aya
hideous. I'm sorry.
falling down here.
I am sorry, but you totally smell hideous, and I don't want your hands clamoring up on me, making me smell that horrible as well. So,
Okay.
I apologize.
So I can't smell her hair. All right.
No, you can't smell her hair.
All right. So you have no idea who did this, then?
Well, absolutely. That young boy named Haraiku, he was serving me drinks all night. He kept asking to look at my wand and all of that, and I, as I had a couple of drinks, I let him handle the wand, and I almost thought he was going to start blasting up the place, but I luckily got it back, and I am just convinced that boy stole the wand. He must have put something in my drink to make me just get zonked out.
Are you sure you're just not a good drinker, lady? I mean, it's no shame in it. How many drinks did you have?
I may indulge myself once in a while, but I am no lush, you fool. What kind of questions are these? I am a damsel in distress here.
I did not mean to insinuate you were lush. I'm just saying that maybe you drank more than you should have. This young guy here, this Raiku or whatever.
Haraiku?
Maybe he was just interested in your charms and not your wand.
A mage
He was just
always
using the wand as a pretext.
You have no clue. A mage always drinks what he or she can handle. No more, nor no less.
No more, no less. All right. I will take it upon myself to find your wand. Then.
Oh, I hope so.
Okay with you?
Because this wand, it was no ordinary wand. You see, it contained magic. It was tapped right into the power of the elemental plane of fire. Oh,
very good.
But I do know this. One of the farmers last night saw that boy, Haraiku, that little thief, heading into the vanishing hills, carrying a strange-looking piece of wood, marked with red sigils and runes, and of course, later that night, some travelers also reported that they saw some blazing stars falling from the sky in the area above the hills. There's no such thing like that. Of course, that's my wand. Go and get it!
Ah! Fine. Keep your panties on. Well, I'll be back. All right.
Oh my.
She seems to be a little on edge, though. She seems to be.
Yeah, she does. She does.
She seems
She's
like
a little
she's